I'm going to announce this match because I think everybody, Pete, has been waiting for it. Guys, as we transition away from the Music Man and the Music Lady, who apparently is under the spell of the Music Man, and one Mindy McKinney Red, this is our main event right now. And there is still somebody I want to talk to after this main event. He's in the back. I promised I want to have a conversation with somebody, and he's in the back. But guys and gals, I implore you to stick around for a feud that is seemingly never going to end. Whether it's on or off the green room, I don't think this thing is going to end. I want to talk to some people in the back. Davis, hang around. Once I see Howard, I'm going to talk to Howard as well. I'm going to talk to Rock Richards. I'm going to talk to Rich Masadi first. Rich, we have Pinocchio Joe in the GOC. This is a match everybody's been essentially waiting for a while. Why does this intrigue you?
I tell you, really, really unique tactics, really some shady stuff going on, and I've been back and forth on who I'd want to see advance. But these guys are cutthroat. I mean, they're really looking at
We've seen a lot of that in the green. What about this? Heightens your senses even more.
Because these guys want to like kill each other. I couldn't see Pinocchio Joe hosting a show, but he wants to kill this man.
Sure.
And vice versa.
Do you have any sort of favorite that you're leaning to? You're in this competition, of course, it's every man and woman for themselves. Are you leaning towards somebody?
You know, originally I was. I'm not so sure anymore. I was a fan of The Guardian. I don't know. Something about Pinocchio Joe's... Something about his resolve this last week or two has got me on the fence.
It's got you on the fence, okay. I'm going to put Rich Masadi in the back. Rich, again, hey, if nothing else, you've left quite the impact, my friend. You are making an impact. And that is Rich Masadi, guys. Rock Richards, I know you don't have a dog in the fight here either, but your take on this main event coming up right now.
When you look at this matchup, it almost makes you think about, like, comic book characters. You have a man who's made of steel fighting a man that's made of mist that you can't grab. With GOC, you got a man who never shuts up. And with Pinocchio Joe, you have a guy that never really talks. I personally have a little score to settle with GOC, some past happenings. So there's a part of me that is rooting for GOC just for that reason.
Sense. Yeah, Rock Richards, guys and gals, seemingly, and I like his attitude. He wants them all in the second round. That's the right attitude to have. I can't talk to Mindy because she's flustered in the back. The Music Man definitely affected her. Can't bring her in. I do want to ask if he's backstage Davis Jubilee, what he thinks of this match.
Well, it's a very interesting match, Miss Avi Klein. It's hard to trust a man who won't show his face. Very, very mysterious. Obviously, an outdoorsman. GOC is entertaining, makes people laugh, but talks a lot. Talks a lot. Can he back it up? No. I'll be interested to see.
Gus Anselmo, I see you. You're saying your pick is still the GOC, okay? Guys, let us know. Joel Bateman, GOC, great talker. But guys, they've talked me out of my comfort zone. I'm going to say that again. Maybe that's not a sentence you've ever heard from me. They've talked me out of my comfort zone. Just like Mindy and the Music Man, this has become more than just a series that is tied 1-1. These two men are going at it with one another. I could see them both in the back, and I'm already getting goosebumps and chills, because if you've watched the GOC and Pinocchio Joe, you were treated for an epic. You really were. I know that word gets used often, but trust me when I say the GOC and Pinocchio Joe is must-see TV. You don't want to miss this, because it's become personal. Poisoning each other, trying to poison each other, digging each other's graves. Last week there was some technical snafus. Of course, that no-good GOC get-out clown. He was responsible for that, but I will give the GOC some credit right now. I'm sure his buddy Jay Brony will let him know if he survives this tonight. He'll let him know when he does his review show that this is the part where he can mention that Avi's got some respect for him. I don't like him. I don't like what he stands for. He's got a big mouth. I don't like people with big mouths who talk a lot. But I respect the guy wholeheartedly. I respect what this match has become. So guys, without any further ado, in case you need a reminder, which you don't, the first competitor that I'm going to right now bring up in this promo package that will remind you who essentially he is one Pinocchio Joe. Abraham Lincoln said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Pinocchio Joe, a man who definitely has been sharpening his axe. A man who's definitely been sharpening his chainsaws, plural. A man who's been sharpening his sword. And a man that has been sharpening his skill set. Pinocchio Joe doesn't leave anything to chance. He understands that winning doesn't occur just through osmosis. He understands that victory has to do with intimidating and eradicating anything or anyone that gets in his way. And of course I'm talking about his opponent, the GOC. A man who stepped into the green room first as an attorney trying to represent Howard Collado. It was par for the course for the GOC to fail and fall flat on his face, as he will tonight, by the way. I'm remaining unbiased, but I'm also speaking facts, because Pinocchio Joe will defeat the GOC. They are meeting for a 4th and unprecedented time, and Pinocchio Joe has recently told us a bit about what he's left behind. His family, his friends, his identity, all for the goal and the right to host a star-studded program every Saturday night called The Green Room. And that's what the Tournament of 64 is. Pinocchio Joe knows that he can rub shoulders with those from the world of film, TV, music, sports, and pro wrestling if he gets past the GOC. If should actually be described as when, because it's only a matter of time. And the clock has been ticking down, and while the GOC has been counting the last hours of his life, he understands that he too has a chance at glory. But glory comes with a price, and Pinocchio Joe is willing to make that price. He's willing to pay, and he's also willing to make sure that he will go to any lengths, whether it's trying to poison the GOC, whether it's trying to put him in a grave. We have seen Pinocchio Joe attempt to do it all. The last thing that Pinocchio Joe needs to do is underestimate his opponent. The sneaky, cunning, deceitful GOC might have a loyal contingent of fans. But what he doesn't have is a chance, an opportunity to defeat Pinocchio Joe, because it just won't happen tonight. Joe, as I implored David Holliday to do many weeks ago, get the job done. Get the job done. Move on to round number 2 and eliminate the GOC any way you see fit. In a world where you shouldn't believe the hype, this is the exception, because this is the main event of night number 11. I welcomed you, a man who's gonna go over to round number 2. Why? Because talk is cheap, and he backs everything up by action. And I guarantee you he's gonna take out the GOC when it's all said and done tonight, right now. Welcome, the one and only Pinocchio Joe.
Hello, Avi.
Hello.
Hopefully our little stooge didn't mess with my stuff this week.
Oh, music to my ears. You sound great, Joe, because you got that hint of optimism. You know, he's got sarcasm, you got optimism, ism. He's got the sarcasm, you've got the optimism. I know you're going to take him out. I know you want me to shut up. You know, at the end of the day, I don't like a guy who talks fast. I don't like a guy who just talks and spews out useless information. I don't like that. The GOC is going to be persona non grata when it's all said and done tonight. Am I right?
You are correct.
Guys and gals, without further ado, because you've been waiting for it, in case you need a reminder of who the GOC is, I always say this, and I always will. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and a video is worth 1,000,000. Oh, the GOC. You probably expected me to hit you with a hate-laced voiceover that chronicles how you are nothing more than the residuals of toe jam that haven't been completely scraped off. You expected this narrator to give you an unbiased rendition of why you don't deserve to even be in this Tournament of 64, which features those from the world of film, television, music, sports, and pro wrestling. The GOC expects this voiceover to be very, very bitter and laced with a lot of venom and hate towards him. But what the GOC doesn't understand is that this voiceover actually enjoys clowns.
This voiceover understands that the purpose of a clown is to make others laugh, and the GOC doesn't understand that he's accomplished his objective already. Whether he moves on to round number 2, which assuredly he won't, what he fails to realize is that he's already accomplished his mission. He's allowed the masses to laugh, and that's all the GOC will ever do. He'll make us laugh because he actually wants us to believe in him as a competitor. The GOC is facing a real competitor tonight for an unprecedented 4th time, Pinocchio Joe. He's facing a man in the form of Pinocchio Joe that understands what it's like to roll up his sleeves and get his arms dirty, and he understands what it's like to make sure he takes care of his competition. The GOC can muck it up for the best of them, but the GOC does not have what it takes. He doesn't have the killer instinct. He doesn't have a chance, and he will not move on. You're seeing history in the making because even this narrator can admit that the GOC is resilient, and the GOC finds himself in a situation where, just like Pinocchio Joe about a month back, he's recovering. They try to outwit one another. These two men try poisoning one another. These two men were essentially digging graves. These two men have been talking to their associates about doing more harm to the other. And these two men understand what's at stake. They have epitomized everything that the Green Room stands for. When you enter this dark castle, you either give in to the very energy and life source that it represents, or you get out, clown. Get out, clown. History in the making. 4th, unprecedented matchup. Everyone for the world of Hollywood, for the world of film and TV and sports and music have been inquiring and asking this very narrator, what will happen when the GOC and Pinocchio Joe meet for the 4th time? How can they top what we witnessed a month ago from these two men? The answer is upon us. I don't know what the future brings, but who cares about the future? The present is the main event of the night. Pinocchio Joe and the GOC. One, finally, will advance to the 2nd round, while the other will become nothing more than a memory.
Usually you see me or expecting me right now to chant out, "Get out, clown." But I give him respect because he's here. I give him respect because he seems like he's not giving us his usual high-energy rendition. I think Pinocchio Joe and the GOC both are ready for battle. So with that being said, guys, the GOC.
You know what, Klein? How could you possibly say that you're unbiased? All you did in that opening promo and video was
This isn't about me.
down
GOC, this isn't about me.
It is about you with that video because you started it with that video. You're trying to get in my head. And you know what, Pinocchio Joe? I don't even know how you're live right now. I'm not admitting and copping to anything.
So is this what we're doing? Hold on a sec. Hold on, GOC. Hold on a second. Is this what we're doing? Because last I checked, there's no Guys, I'm sorry, there's no cure. There's no vaccine against stupidity. I understand that. There's no vaccine against stupidity. You epitomize that. You're the reason the gene pool needs a lifeguard. We understand that as well. But the GOC, this isn't about me. This right now is about you and Pinocchio Joe. You can give me that face all you want. Hold on a second. I'd ask you how old you are because you're acting like a child, but you can't count that high. So hold on. Enough of the shtick. Enough of the riffraff. I want to let everyone know that this is not going to end well. That's just my gut feeling. GOC, tone it down. I want you to take in this moment, GOC, because you've got a strong fan base. God knows why, but you do. When this thing ends tonight, you will never grace this screen again. When this thing ends tonight, you're going to end, GOC. And I may not ever be getting a chance to ever say this to you again face to face, so I'll do it over a computer screen right now. I never had anything personal against you. And I promise you that when it's all said and done, when Joe puts you wherever he wants to put you, and we know where that is, I will pay my respects to you, GOC. No, I won't. I just stop.
I have nothing to say to you, Klein. I got nothing to say to you.
No, I won't. No, I won't.
Get out.
No, I won't.
Get out.
Guys and gals, I do want to say this, though. This has been nothing short of a war. So let's start off with the first challenge. Is the winner tonight will advance to round number 2. And this has all been about round number 2 tonight. There has never been a green room that has epitomized what round 2 is going to look like. Mark Henry, Martin Cove, who advanced. I didn't announce that, but he won his challenge against Kerry. So he's in round 2. The winner's circle, guys. One of these men will be in the winner's circle, literally. And one may not be around here to breathe anymore. That's exactly right. So let's start off with our first challenge, guys. And you, all of you watching now live, and there's a ton of you that are watching, can vote after each challenge. Your votes count. You can send one of these 2 competitors home. You can send one of these 2 competitors packing up as they move on to round number 2. Promos. Promos. We have some promos over here, guys and gals. We have some promos. Pinocchio Joe and the GOC, very capable promo men, stick men, if you will. Jason, I see you over here. I see you here, Jamie. I see you here, Zachary. I see you here, Tammy. You guys cannot wait. Neither can I. The promos. So we'll start off with the GOC. GOC, you're going to cut a promo letting the audience know why this heated situation with Pinocchio Joe didn't have to be this way. You're going to let the audience know why this heated situation with Joe didn't have to be this way, and you will bring up certain traits of Pinocchio Joe that you respect and that you admire. But you're going to incorporate the following words, GOC, and I want Pinocchio Joe to get a pen and paper so he can write down his words for his promo. GOC, you can take your time and write these words down.
I'm ready, Klein.
You can use the words revenge. You will use the word respect. You will use the word submission. And you will use the word torture. I'm going to repeat it again. GOC is going to cut a promo letting all of you, the masses, know why this heated situation with Joe did not have to end up being this way. And GOC will bring up certain traits of Joe that he respects and admires. But he's going to have to incorporate the following words: revenge, respect, submission, and torture. Take it away, promo man GOC.
Pinocchio Joe, it didn't have to be this way. You know that, right, big man? You know that I respect you. You know that now it has to come down to nothing but revenge for the Guardian of Chaos. What I will do to you, I am going to punish you into submission, Pinocchio Joe, and then the torture that you will feel. Even the fans will understand the pain that I bring to you, Pinocchio Joe. It's gone on way too far. Way, way too far. And tonight, history in the making.
Guys and gals, that was the GOC. Look, Pinocchio Joe. Already, I like the mind games because Pinocchio Joe. Let me tell you something, GOC. You went up first. That's an easy task. Joe's sitting there waiting, cool, calm, and collective. He doesn't mind. He's going to shut you up now because, Joe, here's your promo. Joe, you're going to cut a promo letting the audience know why this heated situation with GOC didn't have to be this way. You will bring up certain traits of GOC that you respect and admire, but you will incorporate the following words in your promo, Pinocchio Joe: chaos, rage, family, resolution. I'll repeat the words: chaos, rage, family, and resolution. Take it away whenever you're ready, Mr. Joe.
So, Mr. Guardian of Chaos, or as Avi Klein would say, get out, clown. You have personally insulted my family. And I don't take light of that. There is a rage that burns inside you, but guess what? Your rage and fire are getting extinguished tonight. The candle is going out.
Guys and gals.
I don't find that funny at all.
I can't wait to see the candle going out. GOC, I know that you didn't mean to say what you just did because you understand the severity of the situation, don't you? You understand how serious this is, don't you? So let me give you another promo, Mr. Stickman. Guys, if you don't know what that means, Mr. Stickman, the GOC, claims to have the gift of gab. I don't think he does. So we're going to give him another promo. GOC, you're going to cut a promo and get your pen and paper ready. But GOC, you're going to cut a promo. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to get as personal as we have and even top that because this is our third and final matchup between these two. Actually, our fourth matchup between these two. GOC, you will cut a promo on Pinocchio Joe's wife, Ruby, and his son, Bobby. We heard about them in his videos recently. You will implore them to move on. GOC, you will implore them to move on with their lives and forget about Pinocchio Joe. You will finally explain to them why destroying Pinocchio Joe physically, mentally, and emotionally didn't prove to be enough for you. His life is what you're after. It goes beyond competition, GOC. It goes beyond anything logical. It's deeper than that. Make sure that Ruby and Bobby know that they're safe, even though their beloved Joe is not safe. And incorporate the following words: necessity, purpose. All four, guys. Necessity, purpose, goal, conclusion. Necessity, purpose, goal, and conclusion. Take it away, GOC.
Well, for everyone that's listening out there, Pinocchio Joe was the one who brought up his family. He was the one that fired the first shots. I didn't want to involve family when you brought up Ruby, your wife, and Bobby, your son. That was the perfect ammunition that you gave me, Pinocchio Joe. And Ruby and Bobby, I know you're watching right now. You will be the collateral damage. Move on. Forget about Pinocchio Joe. Because you know what? It's a necessity. It's my purpose. It's my goal that this comes to a conclusion tonight for this unpredictable, unprecedented fourth matchup. Joe, I didn't want to do this. Bobby, Ruby, I'm not going anywhere.
Our final promo will be delivered to Joe. Joe, you will cut a promo not on Pinocchio. I'm sorry, you will cut a promo not on the GOC. A lot of people are expecting that to happen, but it's not going to happen. You are going to cut a promo, Pinocchio Joe, on Jay Brony. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, why
Yeah.
does it have to come into it?
And I want to tell you the rest. Guys, he's the GOC's top henchman. His name is Jay Brony. Pinocchio Joe, you will explain why Jay Brony is wasting his time working in Camp GOC. And you will bring up the fact that you have a position open for Jay Brony that he can fill, working for you. Joe, you will explain what makes you a better employer than GOC and how it would be advantageous for one Jay Brony to leave the GOC's employ and join your family instead. And you can incorporate the following words, Joe: loyalty, professionalism, reward, and dominance. Loyalty, professionalism, reward, and dominance. Take it away, Mr. Joe.
Very well, sorry. Oh, Jay Brony, also known as the Little Stooge. Your Little Stooge. You post nothing on any of this. Jay Brony does your talking for you all the time, all the time, all the time. I've never ever heard anything from you except on your stupid promos. Yak, 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 yak. Well, I think Mr. Jay Brony might be a little better off working for me. I do have a position open. I move on to the next round. There's bigger and badder people out there than you. And I will prove my loyalty to him if he decides become by me. He will be rewarded immensely. I have many sources out there that could reward monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of jobs out there. I have connections. Everybody is looking for someone's dominance to take care of their trash, just like I am taking care of you, my trash. And with the utmost professionalism, I admire what you have done. The time is over. Your time is over. 20 feet down, never to be seen again. To your grave, you've seen it. We'll be heading there shortly.
Guys and gals, those are not mere words. No. Pinocchio Joe is merely reminding all of you, in case you're wondering what will happen to the GOC, well, Pinocchio Joe just gave you a story, and it's rooted in reality. The GOC will be no more. So guys, now you can vote, but before you do, actually keep voting in. Pete, the promo challenge is over. Pete from Sharpie, who wins it and why?
Well, I can tell you this. These two, I know they're competing in the tournament, but I legit think they really hate each other.
You think? Yeah.
They want to physically hurt each other.
Yeah.
But as for the challenge, the words flew great, and my vote was Pinocchio Joe, because I think Jay Brony might actually go work for Pinocchio Joe.
Guys, I love that. That's Pete from Sharpie. Laying down the law. Hold on a second, guys and gals. That is the one and only Pete from Sharpie. I'm looking at all the votes. Look at this. We got Joe. Look at this. Brock goes Joe. Tammy goes Joe. Emma goes Joe. Rich goes Joe. Paul Roma. Hey, look, Joe. You see Joe? I see Joe's name there. We got Joe. Joe, we're going to get a sweep. Joe. Bruce goes Joe. Robert Arrowwood. Look at that right there. Pinocchio Joe. He put up Pinocchio there as well. He's being very detail-oriented. We love that, Robert Arrowwood. We got Joe. Z's to you. I'm sorry, we have to snooze. I'm sorry we all had to snooze when GOC was trying to entertain the masses. That's what he does. The guy is Zachary Cribb, Joe. Jamie Sparling, Joe. Guys, it's a sweep. I don't even have to vote, but I will. Hold on, give me a second here. Hold on.
Avi, you can't read. You can't read. Tammy He just said you can't read. You can't read. It's fraudulent. You're doing it to me again like you did on the first 3 nights with the 1-0 contest. I don't understand what you're doing, Avi Klein. It's crystal clear who won that challenge. And Pete, I'm not going to forget that, Pete.
My vote goes for Joe! Pinocchio Joe wins the promo challenge, guys. So now the GOC has to win. Hold on, let me explain the rules so they understand, GOC. Let me explain the rules. And you could grieve, you could just do it quietly, even though I don't think that that's a foreign concept to you to do anything quiet. But guys, our next challenge, if GOC loses the next challenge, he will be eliminated in more ways than one, Joe. In more ways than one, while you move on to round 2. Now, if GOC somehow musters up a victory in this next challenge, we'll have a third one. But let's see what happens. This is our next challenge.
Earn it.
Our fine people from WAB Q&A. There will be questions asked and posed unto GOC and unto... Look at the masses. No, it's not over just yet, Zachary. It's not over yet. It's not over. Guys, this is our first question, and I think it's for the GOC. Kimberly. Kimberly asked GOC the following. GOC, if you eliminate Pinocchio Joe, do you think your second round opponent might present an easier challenge considering what you've had to endure in this first round?
The most ignorant question a fan could ever ask.
Unreal. Don't you insult our viewers.
Watching. I don't know what they're doing out there. I can't think about the second round and who's going to be tougher when I got that slug on hot pavement looking at me. He won't even reveal himself. Avi Klein, I don't care about the question and answer period. I'm not going to answer it because I'm only thinking about him. I don't care about the second round yet. I have
DQ! Disqualified! Disqualification! Hold on, if you don't answer, we disqualify Pete! Can we disqualify? He's got to answer, right, Pete? He's got to answer the question, right? Am I right?
You got to answer it.
You got to answer the question.
I'll answer the question.
Kimberly, address her by name. Our viewers want to be addressed by their name. Kimberly.
I'll address her by name. Give me the question, Mr. Klein.
Oh, the GOC spends too much time listening, but God gave us 2 ears, not 2 mouths. So I'll give it to you again. If you eliminate Pinocchio Joe, do you think your second round opponent might present an easier challenge, considering what you have had to endure in this first round? That's from Kimberly.
All right, I want to address Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you for sending your question in. It's very riveting. It's it's not a softball question. I know you're trying to get to the inside, Kimberly, with your question. I want to answer honestly. I don't think I can have an easier opponent in the second round because I hate to admit this and I hate to say this. Pinocchio Joe has taken me to the limits, and I don't like it. So there's the answer, Kimberly.
There you go. There you go. So GOC gave us a very, very mundane answer without any depth. Because he has no depth, guys. He has no soul. He has no soul. Pinocchio Joe has a lot of soul. Pinocchio, Lucinda is asking Pinocchio the following question. Mr. Joe, do you feel, Mr. Joe, as if the GOC has brought out the worst or the best in you during this fierce competition? Please explain.
I'd have to say he's probably brought out the worst in me. I mean, it can get a lot better, but he was a tougher opponent than what I thought. I had to dig deep into my big tricks a little deeper.
Yep.
But there was some violent promos that I produced, and I just felt I had to go that far, and not something I wanted to do. I thought it could have been done a little more peacefully. But when a guy's got to keep up to the GOC, you got to dig deep.
I like that. I like that, guys and gals. Again, Joe doesn't mince words. Hits me right here, man. That's who GOC... Guys, you got to understand something. These two men are definitely opposites. You have one loudmouth in the form of GOC, and you've got a guy that doesn't mince words in Pinocchio Joe, who keeps it straight, tells it like it is. And I
can't even understand his words.
This is a question. Oh, look who this is from. This is for the GOC. Guys, this is a question that comes from one Moses Klein. Moses Klein. Moses Klein is asking a question. Moses Klein. Moses Klein. Yeah, Moses Klein. Moses Klein wants to know the following. We found out that Pinocchio Joe has a family, a wife named Ruby, and a son named Bobby. GOC, you mentioned that you wouldn't go after his family if you end up defeating Joe. How are we supposed to believe that? Convince me in the Green Room faithful that you will leave the GOC's family alone. That's from one Moses Klein.
Well, Moses Klein, thank you for entering the fray here in your question and answer. I never brought in Ruby and Bobby fans, viewers, competitors, Pinocchio Joe, you two. I never got them involved. You fired their first shot. You mentioned your family. I'm not, listen, from where I come from the bowels of the earth, family is off limits unless somebody crosses that line. I didn't cross that line, Pinocchio Joe, viewers, Moses. I didn't cross that line. You brought your family into it, and now they will reap the repercussions of it, Pinocchio Joe. That's the question, Moses. That's what you asked me. That's what I answered. I didn't want to involve family. He did.
Guys, don't believe anything that moron just said. I'm going to quote Joe Pesci from My Cousin Vinny. Everything that idiot said is a lie. Guys, Pinocchio Joe...
Come on.
And I'm sorry. Joe Pesci was sleeping when he said that, and I guess I kind of was too when you were talking. Guys, this is our last question, I believe. I want this answered thoroughly. I want it answered thoroughly. After this question gets answered... No, actually, we have 2 more questions. No, we have 1 more. After this question gets answered thoroughly, I will have to hydrate myself. After this question. After. I want it answered first. Alan asks Pinocchio Joe the following. I've witnessed, Joe, a lot of mind games from the 2 of you. Joe, would you say that ending the GOC's life takes precedence over winning the entire star-studded tournament of 64? That's from Alan.
Avi, I entered this tournament not to take anybody's life. I entered this tournament to go to the top spot, become the host of the Green Room. That does take precedent for me. If someone gets in the way, and I know he knows from my history, I do take him home. But that is not my top priority here. My top priority is getting to the host chair of the green room. I answered it enough for you.
Guys and gals, I totally agree with you there. So this is, I see your comments. You're. Hold on, this is a great response from Moses Klein. Pinocchio Joe, and I just want to ask this, it's from our viewers live. Pinocchio Joe, thank you for always being so honest with us, because we know that you've been tracking down filth like the GOC your entire life. Thank you for still making the time for all of us. That's from Moses Klein, Pinocchio Joe.
Thank you, Moses. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Guys and gals,
Forget that, Moses.
at this particular point in time, guys and gals, I can't do the show for 3 hours without hydrating myself. So give me a second. Who put lemonade in this cup? I didn't ask for lemonade.
What the heck was that out here? What
Water with lemonade?
What? Joe? Joe?
I should have
Joe?
known. No.
Joe? Joe? Joe's out. Joe's knocked out. Joe, I'm gonna put Joe in the back. He's knocked out. He's not even on camp. GOC? GOC! GOC! I can't see you. Let me see that wound. I can't see you. I can't see you. Let me see that. Hold on a second, GOC.
I should have known. I should have known.
Oh my God.
I should have known.
God, he's bleeding. GOC!
I should have known. Clyde.
I'm putting him in the back, guys. I'm putting him in the back. I can't watch this anymore. I can't watch this. Pete. You know, I'm tired of this tournament, man. Pete, I'm tired of this tournament already, man. It wasn't supposed to be like this when you hit the reset button. What the hell's going on? We've got lunatics like the Music Man? Now this is what we're signing up for? People shooting each other? This is what you caused, man. You caused all this, Pete.
I caused this?
Yeah.
The tournament caused this. This wasn't my doing. This is what competition does to people. And I don't know what just happened.
I see Pinocchio Joe squirming in the back. I'm not going to pull him in just yet, but I see him squirming in the back because I need to find out what the hell just happened. I see him squirming in the back. I see GOC moving around in the back.
Yeah,
I don't know, guys. William Wilson, I don't know what happened. Get this guy some help is right, Jamie Sparling. Yeah, Tammy, I didn't sign up for this. This is only the beginning, Eric. I don't know what that means, guys. I'm going to pull in the GOC, Pete, because I see his fingers. I see his fingers move. Guys, the GOC's back in the... Those are his hands.
Are you okay?
Not this time, Joe! Not this time, Joe! Not this time!
I just put GOC in the back, guys. He's rambling incoherently. He said, "Not this time, Joe." This isn't a laughing matter, guys. I didn't sign up for this. I agree, Tammy. Joe? Joe's squirming around. Guys, this is Pinocchio Joe. Joe? Joe, are you okay?
Joe, can you say something?
Oh, I never thought he would sleep. GOC, once again, you did not get the job done. Coming for you.
Joe? He's coming for the GOC and he's laughing. Joe! We lost transmission, guys.
It's not over.
That's all you have to say? We got Pinocchio Joe saying it's not over? That he's coming for the GOC because he didn't get the job done, and GOC is still kicking around there as well? How am I supposed to move on? I got to talk to somebody right now in the back. Yeah, I see the guy in the back I'm going to talk to right now. I got some questions for him, too, about something else that happened last week, but you're condoning this, huh? You seem to have... I don't know what it is, man. You know, I'm starting to find out there's some ice blood flowing through your veins, man. You don't seem to care too much, do you?
That's not true. I care for the entertainment value.
Guys, I'm going to bring in Joe and GOC back if I don't lose transmission in about maybe 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to bring them back just to see if I can get them back to have a word with them about what the hell just happened. Who are the assailants? Did they notice who shot them? I don't know. I can only speculate that Jay Brony had something to do. I don't know what's going on.
I want to see for myself as well.
Pete's going to go to the back right now, guys and gals. And you know what? As I change my green screen around, I'm going to go solo. I'm going to go original here. This is the old green room logo, guys. And I think this is where we need to go now because Jason, Bad Idea, Joe, the GOC, and Jay Brony have powerful friends. Well, they both were shot. They both were shot. I want to bring in... Yeah, I see you in the back. Guys, I need to move. I got to clear my head. I want to talk to somebody who last week betrayed me, all right? And that's not shtick. This guy betrayed the hell out of me. I don't know why he appeared and voted the way that he did. Guys, I just want to tell you something right now, all right? Like, if you think for 1 second that there have been controversial endings to matches, all you needed to have done was watch last week's show